Hello everybody, my name's UK. Welcome to a brand new adventure. This is Blueprints, released today in 1.0. I purchased this for myself. I have not received it from a developer or anything, although if they'd have sent it to me, I'd be playing it, but if they didn't, I'm playing it anyway. So this is an adventure puzzle game in line with things that you might expect, like The Witness or Outer Wilds or Obra Dinn. It's a detective game, puzzle game. I'm incredibly excited, so much so that I've heard that this has some elements that might require some note-taking and stuff. And so I have made this, you can see me there, hello, where the window gets shrunken down a bunch, and then I have over here a screen where we can take notes to just be aware of anything that we might need in between rooms, but we probably won't get into too much of that right now, so we'll stick on full screen. Though, let's jump in. Probably get some lore while we're here. It's a big, wonderful 3D environment, so a tiny little loading screen, fairly expected. I played the demo for this, going on about 9-10 months ago now, and I didn't kind of come to any resolution in the demo that I played because I knew I was going to play 1.0 after I experienced some of the demo. Sound of rain. Dog Bomb presents, in association with Raw Fury, a game by Tonda Ross.
I, Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly. The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner.
How timely is timely?
Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
Well then, we have some investigating to do. The Blueprints. God, I'm so excited. Day 1. There's quite a lot of screen tearing. I'll see if I can do something about that sometime soon. In fact, I will right now. Alright, let's hope that possibly helped. So, we are in the manor. We have the grounds outside. There are some things to be aware of out there, but we'll stick with the introduction immediately. Open only in the event of my death. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all details of my bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you, nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. You may not stay overnight. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and do not rely on the success of your previous day. One final word of advice. Do not assume the runes you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half-century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, "Don't go where the path leads, abandon the path and go where you want it to lead. With all my love and wishes, best of luck, Herbert S. Sinclair." And we have our blueprint. You found the Mount Holly blueprint. This will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventure. You may access the blueprint by pressing Tab. So we have our entrance hall, and at the top we have the antechamber. Day 1, 48 steps remaining, inventory, call it a day, button down there. And then we have a note. Searching the estate can be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you will lose 1 steps. When you no longer have any steps left, you will be too tired to continue searching the manor and must call it a day. Okay, anything else on the other walls? No? Right, then let's open a door. Select a room to draft. A bedroom, a closet, or a hallway. When you enter this room, gain 2 steps. Gain 2 items or a hallway. I'll take 2 items this early. See what we might be working with. We have gained a key. And we have gained a coin purse. Each time you collect 3, earn 1 additional interest. Okay, so that's like a relic. Nothing else in here for us to be aware of. I have to assume that the stuff that we can find in those is going to be randomized. Pantry, den, or parlor. I mean, I guess we have to think about where we want the rooms to lead a path. We can see the prospective room included on the map there. But I want the parlor just because I love a puzzle. There he is. The handsome chap. Right, we've got 3 boxes. You are in the parlor. This box is empty. The blue box is true. May the 2nd. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is rival to hers. Is no delusions. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of the evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I had played some years back involving 3 different coloured boxes. You had pressed me to write with the particulars of this game when I found the time, and have included this letter with all the details you should need to share with your guests should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Always your friend, M. Lowry. There will always be at least 1 box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least 1 box which displays only false statements. Only 1 box has a prize within. The other 2 are always empty. So there is at least 1 true and at least 1 false. Wind-up key, a component of the parlor game. Anything else in this room to be of note? Does not seem so. So 1 is true, 1 is false. You are in the parlor. Well, that is true. It can't not be false. It can't be false. Because I am in the parlor. It says parlor, parlor. This box is empty. might be false. The blue box is true. You are in the parlor. This is true. The blue box is true. This is true. This box is empty. This is false. Which means this box is full. Yes, what are you? 2 purple gems, no tutorial about them. That's fine. Spare room, nook, lavatory. I kind of want to be heading north towards the antechamber if it can be helped, so it'll have to be the spare room. Nothing of note in here. Right, I would like to be able to take a left, so it's going to have to be the den. Beautiful rooms. It is just coming up on 9. Excuse my pause for sneezes, although time is passing much, much faster here than in real life. We were told there was something here. I've gained a gem. Don't see any others here. It's hard to know, like, what's a clue. Like, this room is full of clocks. Is there a clock that is not correct in this room? Is the number of clocks important? I have no idea. Time will... Oh, that looks like it could be opened, but it does seem rather flat in its geometry. Right, we want to go the north side of the den, which is this room. Nook, corridor, bedroom. When you enter this, gain 2 steps. Corridor is always left unlocked. Nook. +1 key. We'll take a corridor. What do you mean is always left unlocked? Unsure on that one. Storeroom, pantry, observatory. Gem requirement. 1 star for each time you drafted observatory. I mean, we have to go see what that's about, right? What secrets lay within? Do the books hold stories? They do. The Fixed Stars, The Stargazer's Companion of Constellations by Richard Witt. Fen Aries, Bird and Sons Publishing, 1809. Preface. This book contains a complete starbase, a list of constellations, and the observed effects that each accompany the appearance of each one. Depending on the number of stars that can be seen in the sky on any given day, different constellations of various sizes may be visible, sometimes more than one in a single day. This book, a solid base for astronomy, will help you easily identify these constellations, impress your friends, and discover the joy of stargazing. North Star, +1 gold. The twins, 2 trunks have been added to the entrance hall. The Slice, 3 steps. Diamond Miner, 1 gem. Southern Cross, rooms with 4 doors are more common today. Farmer's Apple, apples are extra delicious today. Clavis the Key, +1 key. Diamond Major, +5 gems. Draxus the Dead, dead end rooms are more common today. The Sale, everything is 50% off today. Florealis, Bloom of the Sky, green rooms are more likely to contain special flowers today. Okay, so obviously the more stars you have, the better something is. And we can rotate this around. Can I get it all the way to, well, where am I going to stand? And where is the open sky? Because I'm not going to stand there, am I? Let's take a quick peep up the stairs and see what we might be working with here. Ah. Okay. Now, if we go to the right once more, we might have a view out to the sky. One star. North Star, gain 1 gold. We still have that star. So, I think it said if we draft more observatories, we might be able to increase our number of stars. Kitchen, food for sale, pantry, and guest room, plus 10 steps. Problem is, it's a dead end. And right now, I can't really accommodate a dead end. Food for sale? Kitchen menu. Banana, club sandwich, chef salad. Today's main course, glazed salmon. Lemon glazed salmon, charboiled Cajun spice salmon, lemon butter sauce served over spinach leaf. Plus 20 steps, plus an additional plus 10 if you have an aquarium in your house. Well, we have 1 gold. So, we're not buying any of this right now. We do have a key. Scale showing 3 PM, which is odd. Cat food in the kitchen seems unhygienic, but I guess it's not a commercial kitchen, it's just a very nice one with a giant island. From here, when you enter this room, gain 2. Security. View inventory of all items currently in the house. That seems important, but I'm going to take extra steps and just see how that goes. So 39, bed, plus 2 in the corner. It's not every time we enter this. Whenever you enter this room, gain 2. Can I step out and step in again? Greetings from Reddington. I can't flip that, but it's interesting that there are things that can be interacted with the rooms that are not necessarily the direct components of puzzles that we're working with right now. Can't open that trunk or bench. Locked. Use a key. Lavatory, chapel, utility closet. Well, this has a breaker box in it. Don't know why I would need a breaker box right now. So the chapel allows us to continue on, so we shall take it. I think it's going to steal 1 gold from me to do so, which is unpleasant, but hey. That one's locked. We have no key. That's also locked. They do have the locks on the door handles, so there is that to be aware of. So I guess we're going all the way back to the den and seeing what might have changed. Or rather, what we can do in the opposing directions. So this is the den. Guest room, maid's chamber, nursery. Whenever you draft a bedroom, gain 5. Less likely to find cleaning items laying around the house. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know, but this lets us get back over to the entrance hall. Now I need to draft something with a key. It's very important I draft something with a key. Otherwise, this run is over. Nook, plus 1 key. How fortunate for us. I keep pressing E instead of left click for stuff. So that nook cannot go into the back of the room that we have previously placed there. A journey noteworthy. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad, scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly, a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. Well, I have that sorted already. Thank you so much for the suggestion, though. Nothing with those books. Back north. Past the observatory. Spending lots of steps in backtracking, which is going to be something to be very aware of as we progress later. We do get 2 more steps for going in here. But you can't farm them. Now, I suppose I want to go north. I like something that has lots of doors to give us options. You may draw new floor plans whilst drafting in this room. Gem requirement. Is that gem required to draw or to spend on drawing that room itself? Each day, a meal is served in the dining room after rank 8 has been reached. Rank 8. Is that 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 depth in the room? I'm unsure, but we'll take the drawing room. Oh, yeah. It says chapel rank 5 in the lower right corner. So this is drawing room rank 6. Yes. Lots of drawings, lots of art. Drawing floor plans. Each time you click on a door, you will draw 3 floor plans, from which you must select one to draft. However, there are some items and rooms that will allow you to redraw if you do not like your initial 3 options. There was nothing else in this room, was there? Oh. Directory, room 0 to 12. Oh, interesting. Okay. Bedrooms, hallways, green rooms, shops, red rooms. So I got that by just clicking on any of the tiles. Cool. And we can see the coin purse. By clicking on it again, we can see our budget in steps. We can see our stars, and we can press the call it a day button. So, are you locked? No. Okay, so it having a lock on it does not mean that it's necessarily locked. Are you going to tell me I can't draw these because I don't have the gem requirement? You are. Okay, so redraw these floor plans. Storeroom, boudoir, or security. I'm going to take the storeroom, which gives me a gem and a key and a coin, and then we can turn around and go in the door in the opposing direction in a moment. Blue gem still counts as a purple gem for the purposes of the UI. Now, if this is locked, we can unlock it. If it's not, we can hope to find some other direction to go. This looks good. So that's blocked off, but we have a note. Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. What's the west wing? Is it the leftmost side of the building? Not sure. Not even sure if that rule will be consistent run to run. Vault, 40 gold, gem requirement 3. I guess we're going to take a peek into security now. See what we can learn. Little cutscene. I guess it would be a bit odd to find a deeply suspicious security room in your grandfather's mansion. What have you found, dear boy? Nothing too suspicious, I hope. As I hydrate. Problem is, anything could be a clue, and I presume that this room is perhaps going to have more significance than other rooms. Yep, that's you. Except you didn't... Oh, you did reach out and touch the monitor. Okay. And here we are. So, we came in from here. Staff notice. Effective the first week of December, payroll for all live-out and seasonal staff will be managed electronically. As your attendance will no longer be registered at morning roll call, it is doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out of the electronic computer terminals on the estate. 2 of these terminals can be found at security, where the punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. Any questions or concerns regarding this process should be directed, as always, to our house manager, Mrs. Babbage. Terminal password illegible. Until further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked. Access levers are no longer required to grant entry. Keycard access security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. Likewise, as a redundant security measure, normal doors in the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north. Okay. Microwave, coffee... servers of some kind. This security door is locked by electronic keycard. Welcome to Mount Holly Security. Security. View estate inventory. The following is a detailed list of items currently in the house that have yet to be collected. This list will be updated as new rooms are added. None. Keycard system. Security doors are doors within the estate that can only be unlocked with an electronic keycard. The keycard system is currently operational. Keycard system settings. Security level, offline mode. Set security level. Security level determines the amount of keycard security doors that will be deployed in your estate. E.g., you would expect to see 1 or 2 with a low setting and 5 or 6 with a high setting. Set it to low then. Change offline mode. This mode determines the default setting of security doors will be set to if power is lost during a blackout, for example. As a general safety rule, offline mode should be set to unlocked. Confirm setting. Keycard systems, security menu, exit. Okay. Now, is any of this else of use to me? Blue memos equals true. Red memos equals lies. Unless... oh god. Unless written by hand. I am going to take my first little note here. So over on this screen, over here, we're going to write blue memos equals true. Red memos equals lies unless handwritten. Alright, we will take that note with us further forward. So over here, this is a red memo that is typed. Until further notice, the antechamber has been locked, and access levels are required to grant entry. Because this is a lie. This is true. So keycard access is more likely needed as you progress further forward. Is there a mystery hiding in the thumbtacks? No. Okay, we've learnt some things. Let's carry on. Oh, you're locked now. Okay. Your security, you're locked. I Oh, we can go south of the chapel, but we don't have a key. That was locked too. So, I believe that is our whole day spent. We obviously have 24 steps left. This is a lie. Doors in the west wing are less likely to be locked. So maybe we want to travel up the left side of the map, perhaps. Though it could be that those rules and cards change each run. I'm unsure. What? Oh, it's trying to steal money from me as I enter the chapel for a donation. Right, with a handful of steps left and no other resources, let's go back to the entranceway. It's going to be this way. Through here. There we are. Once we are outside, we're on 11 steps, but I presume nothing is going to remove our steps now that we are outside. So, a few things to be aware of. There is a gate over here that is locked, so it suggests something of interest out there in the gardens. There is a great big clock on the front of the building. Presumably that's telling the same time as the others. Big old gate. Don't think I can get up that ledge there. And then what else do we have down here? Because it's all gonna become pertinent down the line, I'm sure. That looks like a gate that perhaps has nothing behind it, because we can't interact with it, but it's hard to know. I have 8 steps left, but I left with 11 steps left, which is interesting. Yeah, even when we move to places like the campsite, we still count. There's some kind of blast doors there. An orchard with a number lock on it. Obviously, could brute force that. Not going to. That's just ruining my own fun. Is there a way down there? Not sure. Some plain old rocks. And then I have a memory in the demo of there being kind of an underpass driveway situation to the house, but I'm not currently seeing that here, but something could have changed, or I might not have found it again. Let's check out our campsite. An unattended fire, very safe. And our tent. The campsite. Due to the rules set forth in your great-uncle's will, you are not allowed to stay in the estate overnight. Luckily, however, your scouting skills have been put to good use to fabricate a very respectable off-site sleeping quarters. You may call it a day at any time from the Blueprint tab menu to return to the campsite for the night. Right then, let's do that. Tomorrow, you will awake to find the rooms of the estate as well as the current inventory will have been reset. Okay. So, we learned some things. That's good. Cozy cottage. Total rooms 17. Rank reached 7. Steps taken 57. Items found 1. Save and continue. We'll do at least one more pass through today. Day 2. So, 50 steps. Here in the foyer. Has anything changed? Not that. Not this. Alright then. Let's progress. It is 8 AM this time. It's probably starting on 8 AM last time. Pantry, nook, and hallway. While I want the key, I think early, I want to preserve as many open doorways as possible, which the hallway has more of. Should I draft all 3 sides of this room while I'm in it? Is an interesting question. We could do the parlor. We know we saw the puzzle in here last time. Is the puzzle going to be the same? There will be one with at least... There will always be at least one box which displays true. Always be at least one box which displays false. Only one box has a prize. Now, do we see the same things? This is the black box. That is a lie. This is the black box. This is also a lie. The black box is not empty. This is true. And if the black box is not empty, it means the black box has something in it. Alright, 2 gems to start our day. Now, we didn't go in the hallway, but since we're here, we can draft a room. Den with a gem, corridor, or the chapel. I'll take the den with 1 more gem. And then this way is a no-go. Lavatory, storeroom, drawing room. I think I want to save the drawing room for later. So with 3 other exits still available on the right-hand side, we'll take the storeroom and gather our free things. Coin, key, gem. And then basically we have no reason to come back through these 3 walls that or 3 rooms we have set out in this general direction. So let's do this draft. Bedroom, bedroom, commissary, items for sale. This far south, I'll take the guest bedroom and we can get our +10. Oh, a navigational compass. Draw floor plans leading north more frequently. Well, I wasn't expecting to find that in here. Sinclair, I just wanted to write you a quick note thanking you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson, whose peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It has been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house. I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. It was well worth the wait though, as I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles and appreciated that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variant. Hope your health improves shortly. KL. So, the game of darts might be helpful in the billiards room. I'm going to write that down. I need to be on a screen that's different. Darts scoring may be helpful in billiards room. Right, and resume. 2 beds, little toys and gifts and such, but it's so hard to know what's going to be pertinent. Right, so this is all of our current exit ways into new rooms right now, so if I can find even further ways to go, I would be very grateful. That's one, and this is one. So, I now have 2 stars. Because I guess I've drafted the observatory twice. Once yesterday and once today. Doors in the West Wing are more likely to be locked or less likely to be locked if red memos are lies. Closet, kitchen, nursery. Well, with 2 dead ends, I feel it has to be the kitchen. We still only have one cache to work with, so probably not getting much there. There's today's porterhouse steak today, a delightfully expensive steak cut, bone-in and extra marbled for maximum tenderness, a perfect dish for those who love extravagance. 20 plus an additional 10 if you have a showroom in your house. Banana, club sandwich, tomato soup. Okay, so those can change every time. And this route, which is also a possible route out of the observatory, is the only ones remaining. I guess then we shall take the drawing room, and then we have extra options on the drawer if we should need them. That takes us back to the observatory, which we have not spent yet, but that's fine. The extra coin probably not doing too much for us. So, corridor, spare room, or security again. Security has 2 exits. Whether they'll be locked or not, who knows? Let's see if this is consistent. Blue memos are true, red memos are lies unless written by hand. Okay. Does this remember my settings? State inventory, nothing. 1 car keys. Oh. Hold on. Have I missed those in a room we've been through so far, perhaps? Keycard system. Keycard system is currently operational. Keycard system settings. Set security level to low. Set offline mode to unlocked. Turn to system menu. Log into network. Terminal password. Did we have this option before? I don't remember, but we don't have a terminal password. Right, well, we should look for a terminal password then. Entry, lavatory, courtyard. We don't have any gems to draft that, so we'll go with the pantry. This gives us 4 gold, which we can then take back to the kitchen. Plus 2 steps for eating the apple. Plus 4 cash. Bridget, please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we have just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be 5 apples, 5 bananas, and 5 oranges. The enclosed amount should cover expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. Alright. Any other food? No. We'll use our key. I'd very happily take the nook, get another key. No notes. Oh, we have this note. Yes, we know about this being a noteworthy journey. We gain a key to spend a key. The breaker box. Now, unfortunately... Ah, no. All of this is dead ends. That's a damn shame. Alright, well, if everything is a dead end, because of the way we've oriented the rooms, let's investigate the breaker box. Because if we can turn off the power... Oh my. Danger. Toggling of breaker switches may result in unexpected loss of floor plan functionality. Please call DC Power if you require assistance. Keycard entry system. Off. VAC indicators. Gymnasium. Off. Dark room. Off. Garage. On. Right, with the garage on... I'm really curious. Can I still see my map? I can. There were car keys mentioned being in the building. And that was before security. So I think I need to do a very thorough search for a set of car keys because our day exploring the house is over. Let's just check once more the inventory of the house. 1 car keys. Right, they could be in this room. I don't see them. But then I may well have to look reasonably hard. Creepy self-portraiture in the glass. So, we are looking for a set of keys. Honey, where did I put the car keys? Also, should I be trusting a child with a set of car keys? Padlock. Note about drawing rooms. I wonder if there's a specific set of... They really like this guy with the umbrella, don't they? I wonder if there's a specific set of rooms that we've unlocked so far and we need to do certain things to expand our repertoire of possibly drawn rooms, because we've seen a lot of duplicates in 2 runs. So I don't know if that means that we're working with a currently smaller pool and that pool will expand over time. Uncertain. Now, we have 5 gold. 3 steps, 15 steps, tomato soup. I have enjoyed 2 bananas. We did not do the observatory yet, so we certainly shall. Is there a clock in the bottom of the observatory? Or the globe, rather? Don't know. Still no sign of car keys. So you're still pointed outwards, which is nice. The twins. A pair of chests has been added to the entrance hall. I wish I'd have done that sooner, because they may have keys in. I must admit. Car keys not hiding in the flowers. Oh. Okay. Have it your way. I suppose this would be where the car keys are. But I shall do my due diligence. It's fallen down the back of the bed or something. I can't jump. It's not a control that is accessible to me. Did we read this? Yes. That's the puzzle. Ah. A spare set of car keys. Okay, well. If there's nothing else to look for in the house, we tripped some kind of breaker for garage or the driveway or something. So I wonder if there might be an open garage door somewhere that we can now go in and unlock a car. Ah. Not see this earlier. Right. Something there. Don't know what. Very pretty view of the waterfall, but very, very unsafe. What a view. Third bath. Big old tunnel. Not spooky at all. Okay. This is entirely blocked off to further passage. Sconces are off. Nothing to be done with that. Our attempt to find a car continues. Little bench, more nice views. Alright, well, nothing approaching car down there. Birds. I think I missed this on my last pass through as well. Just ran straight by it. That gate's still locked. Where's this big door? That's still locked as well by the looks of things. That's a shame. That would have been really cool if there was like a car garage or something in here, but it seems not. Alright, we will definitely exhaust the grounds to see if there is a car anywhere that we can make use of, but I don't see any other major pathways or passageways that we've not just kind of taken a waltz through. Doesn't seem like there's lots of capabilities of clipping off of edges and finding strange places. It seems fairly straightforward as to where you can and cannot go. So, unless I missed something over here on the left, this rock seems suspicious to me. But it's probably just shading. Then again, in a puzzle game like this, everything can look suspicious. Okay, well maybe you can draft the garage, and the garage will have a car in. That would make a reasonable amount of sense to me. So, I think we are going to end our day. We don't have to come back to the tent to do it, but here we are. Just checking there weren't any open doorways. There are not. I examine these. The only car left on the estate should be in the garage. I should have just read that. Okay, call it. Small cottage, because of how many rooms I found probably. Rank 5, steps 33. Items found 2. New rooms, 3. Okay. Save and quit. So that is where our journey will end for today, but expect another day's worth of journeys tomorrow. For now, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you are liking this and want to see more. Hit that like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.